When you got into healthcare, your goal was to make a difference. You wanted to impact people's lives. You wanted to be a pillar in your community, and you felt you could make a difference. But now you're pulled in many different directions. You're in an unsafe work environment where you don't know if you're giving the most adequate and efficient type of care that you set out to do. You feel you don't have the autonomy that you so crave, and you're just unhappy. You know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but you don't know how to get there, and you need some direction. Hi, I'm attorney Doris DK, and I'm the owner of DK Law Group, where we help healthcare providers like you and healthcare entrepreneurs achieve their professional dream. Now, if you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe and stay abreast of the many tips and tricks that we will provide in our videos. Now, here in this video, we're going to talk about one thing, and that one thing is physician assistants starting healthcare businesses in the state of Texas. Now, if you are a healthcare entrepreneur or want to be a healthcare entrepreneur, a healthcare provider who's in a precarious situation, or you've got a compliance issue, you've got a business and you want to make sure that it's meeting regulatory requirements with Stark, the anti-kickback law, and various other alphabet soup levels of compliance regulations that you've got to abide by, then reach out to me at dorismeet.com and we can discuss your issue and see if it makes sense for us to work together. Now, clients work with me here at DK Law Group when they want to leave a frustrated situation in their employment, or they really need some guidance in their healthcare regulatory compliance, and we help them feel peace and at ease and allow them to feel like things are turning around for the better. Now, I mentioned we're going to talk about physician assistants and starting healthcare businesses. Now, to start a healthcare business in the state of Texas, we discussed ad nauseum the corporate practice of medicine and the regulatory requirements surrounding that for ordinary people starting a healthcare business. For physician assistants, those rules are also applicable to you, but there are certain carve-out exceptions for certain individuals, and physician assistants are one of them. Now, the state of Texas changed its laws after 2011, where the laws were a little bit more stringent for physician assistants. However, there are still more options than there are for the layperson like me if I wanted to start a healthcare business. Now, last year, we helped another physician assistant start a business here in the state of Texas. Like you, she was frustrated at her job situation. She wanted some autonomy, and she wanted out of her current employment situation. So we partnered with her, helped her launch her healthcare business by offering her regulatory guidance, drafting her agreements, and giving her the direction that she needed. She was able to find the perfect physician partner for her business, and they're doing quite well right now. Now, she was someone who wanted to abide by all of the black letter law. She didn't want to skirt the law to benefit her. Now, I have seen people reach out to us who are not so willing to abide by the law. That is a mistake. When you're going to start a healthcare business, you need to make sure that you're abiding by all regulatory requirements for your healthcare business, especially pertaining to state law relating to your license. If you decide to break or bend any of these laws, you subject yourself to a lot of regulatory penalties and a possible suspension that would be made public to everyone. Now, if you're thinking about starting a healthcare business, particularly a physician assistant, and you need some guidance, again, reach out to us at dorismeet.com and we'd be glad to help. Like I mentioned, the rules in 2011 have made physician assistants have a little bit more control and the ability to start their businesses, but they still need, like I mentioned, a collaborative physician, and they need to write a solid supervising physician agreement. A lot of the agreements I see online are pretty flimsy and won't pass muster with the Texas Medical Board. Make sure you spend enough time analyzing the regulations related to that so that you can write a sufficient agreement for you to partner with another physician. Now, in this video, we talked about how a physician assistant can start a business in the state of Texas. We discussed that there are exceptions to the corporate practice of medicine that allow physician assistants to start businesses. We also discussed that there are some stringent requirements for physician assistants to do that, but it is possible as long as they follow the laws in the state of Texas. We also discussed that some people try to skirt those laws, but that would not be in your best interest if you're really interested in starting a successful business. Now, if you're needing some guidance and help, you're tired of your working situation, and you want to have some type of control of your life, now's the time to make the move.